Okay, fine then. So in this today's class, if maybe might have come across few typecastings, you might have not. We might have not covered 100%. So now we are going to cover it 100%. Okay. So there is something called as the typecasting. What is meant by typecasting? Converting any format to another format. Okay. Your respecting format. If I have to convert anything into integer, I have int function. Okay, int function I have to use. Okay, as soon as when I put like this, okay, it says that whatever you give inside, okay, say for example I give 10, okay, as a text format, I want to convert it into integer. Say for example a is equal to int of 10. Now I want to see what is the type of a. Print of type of a. Just this much is enough. Anything you want to convert it into, just give it in that int function. So you will get it gets converted into integer format. Okay. If you want like convert a boolean value, yes, definitely you can. But only the thing is you have to have capital letters. Okay. If you want to convert any, what do you say? Let me print a so that it will be more clarity for us. Okay, so now true is converted into 1 as an integer value and it is int. If I have anything like false, don't worry about it. It will be automatically getting converted into 0 and it is an integer number. Okay, now this is about the integer. What else you can actually do with this? I have normal string is there, but if I try to convert that normal string, since when it tries to identify, takes the each and every element and sees if it is any, for the first letter is whether it is any number or not. If it is not a number, okay, and if it is some normal text like alphabets, characters, okay, then it will throw you some error. Invalid literal means like a s f means d s f and all are called as literals. Okay, invalid literals. To converting any text into uh, integer, you should have that respective literals. Here in this particular case, if you see, I want to convert it into 10.5, but you got something called as dot. So what it happens, okay, it will think that, oh, it is an invalid literal. Okay, now whereas if you have the same thing, if I want to convert instead of that float, okay, float, okay, then if I try to run this, it will get converted because I have the correct literal which accepts float, that is dot. But if you are trying to convert it to integer, no, it won't. Okay, and one more thing, many of the times what happens is integer, you might be getting some sort of binary data, like how you represent binary 0b. Okay, is the, it says that this is the input what I am going to provide you as binary. 0b means this is some binary, and then you can give some number to it. Okay, and you have it in the format of text. Okay, now what I have done, I have tried to give it to C, take it and convert it into integer. If I try to do that, that also doesn't considers, because this is a double quote why it has come. It is a string. If you say 0b, I will be considering it as a literal as normal text. But whereas without these literals, then it is considered as, oh, this is the binary data. Now you see this, I got some 15. Okay, so all fours will be equal to 15. So make sure, like if you are getting some data, you have to give as input as the anything hexa or like a e something. Okay, see, it got converted. Right thing you have to provide. If you put double quote also, it won't work, as I said earlier. Okay, this is about integer. So what and all, now we have taken some binary number, within the integer format itself, binary, hexa, boolean, we have checked, and you have checked this the string. Okay, we have checked string. As I said, if you have something else, it won't work. Correct, right? Okay, only if it is 10, then only it will work. Okay, so we have checked converting within integer like binary or what do you say, hexa or octal kind of representation. You can convert them. Okay, apart from that, other fundamental data types like string you can convert. Okay, float, is it possible to convert float anything? Is it possible to convert? Yes, it is 100%. See this, now I have 10.5, I would like to convert it into integer. Yes, it is, but what is the difference? Now it considered this particular thing dot as invalid literal. It can, but this dot is there, right? So that is the reason when I try to run it, it will provide me invalid literal. If I don't have the dot, it will convert properly into integer. Okay, so that is in, and I have something called as 10 plus 5j, means complex number is also I'll try to convert. So then what it will give you? Okay, can't convert complex to integer. Why? Because integer will have only one value, but complex has got two values. So which one you are trying to give? So it won't get convert. So complex value you cannot convert to integer value. Okay, remember that. If you want to access them, there is a possibility. What is that? This is the imaginary value, this is the real value. If you want any time to access, okay, imaginary value, a dot, okay, just let me remove this hint. Anytime complex any value, if you want to access, okay, a dot imag, I think, oh sorry, I think this is the value. Yes, so imaginary value is this one. Okay, this is a real value. Okay, then 10 is the real value, right? Real, just use that. You can convert like this, you can take it and then convert it into like integer of, see, I'll put it inside one more brace and I'll tell them that int of, okay, and I'll close this off. Okay, if I try to run it, then it got converted into 10. If I have, because this is giving me as a float, right? Okay, anything you convert, okay, imagine are real, they will give as written as float. I can convert it into directly int, okay, without any issues. Okay, forget about that. Now we are going to convert anything into complex. Example, okay, say I have a is equal to 10. Okay, I want to convert it into complex. Okay, so now what I can do? Complex of, just give the value. Okay, complex of a. What it happens? First value is what? Okay, I'll print. Okay. So first value is what? First value is always real value plus imaginary product of j. So it will give you the value as 10 as a real value plus nothing is there. So you can give how many values? You can give two values to the complex. Okay, if I have a as 10, okay, b as 20, okay, now you see a comma b I can give here. So a comma, sorry, b. See this 10 plus 20. So I can convert, taking some integers and converting them into the complex. Oh, is it so? Float, if I give, what happens? Okay, absolutely sir, no issues, you can give floats, no problem. One integer and one float, yes sir, absolutely no problem. One float and the b imaginary value, yes, absolutely no issues. What if I give one of the these things as a string? Okay, let me give this. as a string, because anyhow other literals won't work, but now we will consider this as, yeah, see this complex second argument can't be string. Okay, second argument can't be a string. Okay, here only I'll give. Okay, if that is that thing, first argument I'll give instead of second argument. First argument I'll give. Okay, still can't take second argument if first argument is a string. Okay, if I have both, okay, now you see, okay, can't take second argument if first argument is string. Okay, so anywhere it is, nothing can actually work over here with the type of inputs what you are giving. Okay, so now this is about converting something into what do you say, complex. Okay, so boolean, is it possible? Okay, I will say it as true and I will say it as false. Okay, let us see. Definitely false will be 0, true will be 1, 1 plus 0 0. If I have false over here and false over here, definitely 0 z, 0 plus 0 z is 0 z only, right? So that is the thing. If I have something like true 1 z, I should get, yes, that's it. Okay, this is about the complex data type conversion, anything to complex. Okay, so this we have converted integer, float, string, anyhow it is not possible. Okay, but if you want, you can convert directly giving one value. Say for example, complex a is equal to 10, a is equal to 10 I'll give. Okay, now see this matching. Complex of, instead of this, what I'll give is I'll put it in double quote. Okay, complex of a, I will say. What happened? Automatically it converted. What was the difference in between that and this? What was the difference? The first value can only be the string. Okay, if I give b is equal to 5, see, a comma b I'll give. Okay, it gives me the error. Only first value it can convert. But if it is a complex value with multiple like a comma b, if any one is there as one more second argument as also string, then it won't take. So if you see this, see, any one means b, if you give also it won't take. It can be normal integer also, if you try to give it, it is not taking b. Okay, remember. Okay, that's only small part which is not important for us, but just keeping it as a thing to, as a side thing, it's okay. Okay, not an issue. Now let's try to convert, okay, into boolean. Anything you can convert to boolean. Okay, boolean means anything to converting it to 0 or, I mean, like true or false. When this will condition will apply true or false, now we will use it, so that later point of time during our what do you say, operators, it will be more useful. If I want to convert anything to, okay, what if I have like 0 is there, whether it will turn into true or false. Let us see. It converted to false. Okay, I have 0 and I gave you something, okay, 0 to return me the boolean type. Then it told, oh, you provided me 0 and I'm converting it into boolean, it is false. If I give 1, okay, it is true. Okay, boss, you're telling like that, right? I will give 2. Now let me know what is happening over here. See, what it will return is, it will return true for you. See, true. What is the condition over here? Okay, let us come back to our where it is, yeah, here. No, paint, yeah, this one. So I have some object, okay, which case this object, the value in the object will be written boolean as true and false. So I will make it as a table. Okay, this is true and this is false. Okay, and this is the input. If I give the input as 1, okay, then it will be true. If I give input as 0, it will be as treated as false. Okay. Apart from 1 and 0, okay, the other things to be remembered is in which format you can give. I can provide it in string format also. Correct, right? Like hello. Okay, this is one type of input. Okay, I can provide numbers. I can provide string. I can provide complex thing. Anything I can provide, and I would like to know the boolean value of it, whether it is true or false. Okay, I can provide complex, I can provide string, I can provide numbers. Okay, so all these things I provide. Okay, numbers means like integer and float, both, to converting into boolean. So if I have 1, then it will return me true. 0, this we know it from right beginning. But what is the main funda here to remember is, if you are giving 0, okay, or empty string, remember, means no characters in this particular string, these 2 times it will be false. Okay, apart from these 2, if you have anything else, okay, if you have any, and one more thing is like complex also, like 0 plus 0j sign, this kind of, that also will become false. Okay, so 0 or 0.0 or empty string or complex 0 plus 0j, any of these 4. Okay, here also I'll put, if you have this condition, that is float. If you have this condition, that is integer. If you have this condition, that is string, empty string, or this complex. Only we have 5 fundamental data types: 1 integer, float, string, complex, and we are trying to convert any of these into boolean. Correct, right? So give this object to boolean of 0.0 or int of 0, or sorry, boolean of 0 or boolean of empty string or boolean of 0.0 plus 0j. If you give these things, 100% they are false. They will return false as boolean value. Okay, apart from these values, everything it will return true. I'll write it and give it to you now. Okay, let's get back and see that thing. Okay, I give true 2. Okay, no problem. I give some hello, no problem. I give some 10,000, no problem. Okay, but I give 0 plus 0j, returns false. What else we have? Empty string. I have something here, extra thing I have kept. Okay, now empty string I gave, it is false. Okay, then even though I have 0 in this particular thing, okay, it gives me true only. Something is there in the string. If I don't have anything, then it will give me the false. Okay, if I have 0 alone, it will give me false. 0.0 also false. So now you should have come to know that in which conditions a boolean will return false Boolean will return true. Okay, where we are going to use it usually, okay, you will be checking some kind of inputs taken from somewhere, and you want to see, say for example Excel, you have taken line by line all the cells, like you will be having uh, lot many cells in Excel, right? Like this. Okay, XLS, Microsoft Excel. One cell you take the data, and if you have some data in it, okay, if you have some data in it, okay, if it returns true, then you will be executing some other thing. Else, if there is no data over here, then you will directly move to the next cell or something like that. During that time, it has to return true, correct, right? Then only you will be able to execute. That kind of things you will be using Boolean. Okay, if the cell is having, like you will say if, okay, A, bool of A, the value you have, what you got it from the cell, you are storing it in A, and bool of A is equal to true. Okay, then execute this code. Okay, that is what you might be doing it. So those locations, so Boolean, whether it is true or not, you should be able to know that whether it is true or false. So if the data is there or not. Okay, if something is there, if 0 is there, then if I do any operations using that, it is waste. If I have some value, then I can do it. Okay, for I just gave one example for you guys. Okay, so with this, okay, let me check. Is there any issue with my? Uh, yeah, there is a power outage. Let me connect my laptop to some other source. Yeah, got it. Yes. So this is the conversion of Boolean. Okay. Now you have come across all like different data types. Complex also you have seen what is happening. If I have 0 plus 0 plus something other than, yeah, something is there, just 0.1 only, the imaginary value, still it will return true only, because it is not both values are not 0. Okay, that is the reason. So now you should have got fair amount of information that when it is going to return you, what do you say, when it is going to return you the false. Okay, 0 empty string 0.0, 0 plus 0 say for the complex. So only these conditions you will be getting the false. Remaining for everything, if something is there, then it will return you true. Okay, that's what Boolean is, whether something is there or not. Okay, now let's get into the conversion. First we have seen integer, then float is almost the same. You need not to worry about that. It almost the same. Okay, the only thing what you have to remember is if you give integer value, okay, as a string, if you convert it, okay, you give the string value and try to convert it into the float value, it will convert. Okay, but if it is some normal text, it will throw you some error. Okay, so always make sure either it is some integer or some float number you have to give to convert it into float. Either you can give integer or float number, okay, to convert it into. But whereas for int, remember this guys, if I want to convert this string, whatever 10.5 string, if I try to convert it into integer, dot will be considered as invalid literal. See, 10.5 dot is there, that's why it is invalid literal. Okay, remember that. Okay, float. Okay, now I have say for example 10 plus 5j is there, okay, which I would like to convert it into float. Maybe I want to convert it into float. Okay, run it. It will say that fl O 8, sorry, FLO, God, O80, run it. Okay. So what it said, you can never convert directly one value into the complex value into float. Okay. So, but you can convert some other data type into complex. Okay. But this complex value into integer or float is not possible. Converting integer or, see this, can't convert complex to integer. Straight away it says. Now the same thing, see, can't convert complex to float. Okay. So remember guys, complex value can be converted into integer. Okay. Like this. Like integer, if you have, you can convert it into complex. Okay. But reverse it is not possible because two values you have, but you have to store it in one value. Real value is there, imaginary value is j is also there. Okay. How come it is possible for you to put that three things in single value? It is not at all possible. So it will just leave off like that. Okay. Remember that. Okay. Now we have done conversion of integer, float. Now what we have? We have the last thing as string. str is the function for string. Okay. I give anything. First I'll give integer. Okay. Let me check. It can convert. Okay. You give anything here, it will get converted into string. Something I gave. String only I'm giving. Yes, it will take. I will give float also. Okay, yeah, no problem. I will give complex. Okay, 10 plus 5j. No problem, I can convert it into string. See, string means it will be converted like this. Okay, so anything you can convert it to what? String data type. Any data type you can convert into string data type. There is no issue at all. Okay, first and foremost thing which you have to remember. Okay, now let's get back to the operators. Okay, today we'll be getting into the operators. Okay, so if I don't think what do you say, anything needs to be discussed on operators, but just I want to have we haven't covered operators, right? Siddharth, Siddharth,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
we didn't cover operators, right?
No, we have not
Addition,
covered.
addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, all
No,
these
no,
things.
no, no, no,
Okay.
no. I have
See,
thinking.
yeah, we'll finish it very fast. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now I have 10. Okay. What
Okay.
it is? It is an integer. Okay. A
Mm-hmm.
is equal to 10. Okay. B is equal to 20. Okay. Now I want to do addition, subtraction, multiplication, division like this. Just simply just remember that print. Okay. What you have to do? You have to give. I'm just giving some text for us to understand what we are doing. Okay, addition of A and B. Okay, comma. Okay, you give whatever the operation you want to do here. A plus B. Okay, here you can put is. Just remember when you are giving print, wherever it ends, right? Okay, give some space if you want, you can give it, else you can give it like that. What I prefer is inside, if you give, then it will show you some space. Okay, if you give outside, it doesn't show you the space. Here if you give, it doesn't consider, it will be like next is value, next to that only it will come. Okay, so you will come to know about it now. Okay, so A plus B. Now copy this. This is called as addition. Okay, this is subtraction, okay, that is minus multiplication, okay, that is star function, okay, star operand, what is it, operator, okay, division, okay. So there are so many operators are there. First we are discussing about the arithmetic. What and all are the remaining we will discuss, but first you consider we are discussing about the arithmetic operators so that we can finish it very fast. This is very small. Division, okay, division. There is something called as modulo division, okay. This will give you the remainder, sorry, this will give you the, like, whatever the quotient value you have, okay. If you want the remainder, so you have to go for modulo division. How it looks modulo division? Just it will look like this. If you want the quotient value, you have to use a by b. If you want the remainder, okay, let me share you, okay, a is there, is equal to 10, b is equal to 20, example. So a by b, if you say 10, 20, example, okay, 10 to is a 20, okay, it is a 0. Now 2 is the quotient, okay. To get this, you'll be using this a by b, this operator. If you want this remainder, okay, so you use a modulo b, okay. Sometimes it requires the, for some people they want reminders, so they definitely they using this, okay. So and same way you have something called as one more power operator is there, means 10, okay, to the power of 20. To give this, they use, okay, a double into b, that is power of, either this is also same a comma b, or this is also same, both are same. Here a function you are using, here some operator you are using, okay, just remember that. So now let's get back, okay. Print, okay, a to the power of b, okay, is b is, okay, comma a star star b. Now let's run that. See, 10 to the power of 20 times if you do, you will get this, okay. A divided by 2, when you have something modulo division, you will get it like remainder, whichever we have say 10 by 20, right, okay. 20, 10, 0.5, okay. So like that you will get remaining as remainder, that is this. Division if you do, quotient will be 0.5. Multiplication you do 10 into 20, 200. Subtraction you do 10 minus 20 minus 10, you will get, okay. Addition a plus b you do 30. That much you remember, okay. Nothing else is there. So this is the first one, okay, arithmetic operator, okay. These are all arithmetic operators. So what
Excuse me, I don't understand model division. Is it percent?
No, it
20
is
to
not
10.
percent. Okay, I got it. Okay,
Thank you.
let me show you using calci, okay. Okay, now 20 is there I have, okay, by, okay, 10. What is the value I got?
2.
2.
2.
2, correct, right? 10 by 20 I got. What is the value I got?
0.5.
means
This I understand.
yes, A, where it went, A as 10 and you are dividing with 2, 10 twos are 20 you got. So, but A is here, okay, and B is here, okay. Now, whatever A you are putting it as 10, okay. Whatever B you have 20, okay. 20 means 0.5 as a quotient if you do, okay. So when you get 10, if you do 0.5 then only you will get 10, correct, right? Half of it only it will be there, right? Correct, right?
I
So
understand. Yes, yes.
yes. So that is the thing. Remainder means this one. Once if you do this thing, you will get some remainder, right? Okay. So that remainder is 10. Whatever you have modulus, the remainder value when you did it, right? That is called as this. Yeah, this one. Okay. 10 divided by this thing you did, right? Like 20 divided by 10, like that when you gave, you got some remainder that is 10. Okay. So this is the what do you say, modulo division. You got it clear right now?
A little bit.
Okay, that is a simple maths. Just to try to just to search for it. Okay, someone explains you more clearly, like what is modulo division. Okay, I just
Okay.
remember when we do any, say for example, I will take this as an example. Okay, and I'll run it. If you see, okay, this one. This is the remainder, correct, right? This is a division, correct, right?
Division.
Example,
A
yeah,
simple division.
yes, simple division. You take this, okay. I have 10 and I have, okay, example, yeah, that is the reason. Okay, I have 10, okay, and I have 3. Example. If you take this particular example, I am getting 3.3.3. Yeah, I got 3.3.3. 3 3s are 9, correct, right?
Yes.
How much I got the division? Remainder? 1.
3. Wow.
No, reminder.
Reminder. Okay.
Okay, this is reminder. Okay.
Uh-huh.
Then again you add 0. Okay, dot if you put. Then again 3 3s are 9. Correct, right? And again you got 1. Reminder. Correct,
Okay.
right? Then again
Yes, correct.
one more. Like that it will continue, right? Keep on getting continued. So this one, whatever it is there, okay, is the reminder when you did 3 3s are 9 when you did, you got the remainder as 1. Correct, right?
Okay, correct.
Okay, so this reminder is there for us. As I want this means I will use modulo. If I want only this, okay, then I'll use means like 3.3.3 I'll get, right, properly. It will try to divisible to certain extent where 3.3.3.3.3 like that. So it will give me given by this. So if I want this value, I will go for this. If I want remainder value, I will go for this. Got it, right?
Got it.
Okay,
Thank
that's
you.
it. Yeah. Okay. So it's clear for you, right, Siddharth?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Fine. So these are all the things. Okay. Yeah, minus and multiplication and all not required for you guys. So now let's see what other, like these are called as arithmetic operators. Similar way, we have so many other operators. Okay. So what are those operators? Okay. Let us see. We have now whatever we have seen is arithmetic operators. Arithmetic operators. The second you have relationship operators. Relational operators, or you can say it as comparison operators. Like example, this is like plus, minus, this one arithmetic, division, modulo division, okay, division, percentage, or star, okay, all these things comes under arithmetic. What are the comparison operators? When you compare, comparing means whether you are richer than other fellow or poorer than other fellow, means you are greater than or less than, or you are equal to, or you are less than or equal to. All these things are comparison operators. Okay, now let us get into that particular part, which is relationship operators. Okay, now let's get in. Okay, and one more thing I would like to give you just some heads up. Okay, if I have some text, because it is important for us guys, everything we will compare with different data types, whether it happens or not. If I have some text and if I try to add it with some, if I try to add it or multiplication or anything, if I try to do that, when I try to run it, it will give me something called as cannot concatenate. Concatenation means like adding. Okay, concatenation means adding. The strings is called as concatenate. And if anything you are adding the string with something else, is called as concatenations. As soon as when it comes to this some hello, if it identifies next number is 3 or 4 or complex number or something else, that it will immediately set concatenation of string, okay, and with another number is like a error. Okay, so if I take here, if I use same string only, no problem. Two strings you can have concatenate, you can add addition, you can join them using plus symbol. See, here you got hello world, but next to minus you cannot do it, because what you will remove it from there. Okay, that is not possible. Multiplication is also not possible. Okay, if I take this thing, okay, copy it, okay, and paste it over here. Let me show you guys something. Okay, now a is equal to there, b is equal to world. Now if I run it, okay, it is giving only the first value, right? Then c is equal to 10 I will give. Okay, if I change this to a to the power of c, remember this guys very carefully. C, some number I have kept, and a to the power of c I am trying to do it. Okay, let me remove all these things for your sake. Okay, now you see what happens. A to the power of c means hello is there, to the power of c I am doing. What happens? Okay, a to the power of c. Oh, sorry. Control Z, not to the power. This is this one. Okay, let me keep this like this only. Yeah, let me take this multiplication, not power. Okay, take this, keep it over here. Okay, remaining things I will remove. Okay, now addition we have done, subtraction we have done, multiplication also I am trying to do it with a and b. It is not possible, only addition is possible. Remaining everything is also not possible. Instead of I'll try multiplying with two strings, I will try to do some integer number with some string. Now see the result. Multiplication of a and b, here it is there, a and c. Okay, so what it is come? It has come the hello 10 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 times it multiplied. So multiplication of a string with an integer number is possible. Multiplication of a string with string will give you an error. With float, I will take this, will give you an error if you try to see this. Even if I have 0.0, then let us see. Still it will show multiplication of sequence by non-int type float. Non-int type means that is float number, so I don't allow it. Okay, got it right, guys? Okay, but I have something like this. This is also string. Okay, easily it will take without any issue. See, concatenation also happens. Okay, this if I try to multiply, this will give us error. This will give me error. See, this will give me, even if I have 10 also, it will give me error. Okay, multiplication of this thing is not possible. But if I can B, but concatenation of A plus C will also happen. No, it's not an issue. A plus C will give you no issues. See, it is a hello 10 added. Okay, so this is something which you should aware of. Okay, like how arithmetic operator behaves differently in different circumstances. Okay, same way we are going to check the relational operators. Okay, relationship operators are 4. Okay, first one greater than, second one less than, third one greater than or equal to, fifth one less than or equal to. Just remember these 4 first. Okay, now 10 I have, 20 I have. Okay, the output of any relation operator, okay, it will be a boolean value. First remember, output will be boolean. Okay, example, I will remove this everything. A is greater than B. Okay, I am just trying to see what happens. A is greater than B. Sorry, dot I have put. Greater than B. A is greater than B, and the result, whatever it returned for me, is true. Yes, it is. Because A is 10, B is 3. It is greater than B. Okay. Now what I'll say is, B is greater than, okay, A. What it should return? 3 is greater than 10 means it should return false. 3 is smaller number. So it is, okay, B is greater than A. It returns false. B is greater than A. It is false. Okay. Now, so what happening here is, it is trying to find the relationship between them and giving either whether whatever the condition we have given is true or false. Okay. Now A is there, B is there. See this carefully. Okay. I would like to put you guys in C is equal to say okay, C is equal to 30. Okay. Now what I'll do is, A greater than B greater than C. Okay. See this. This is called as expression. Okay. This is called as expression. A greater than B is also expression. A greater than B greater than C is also expression. Okay. Now let's get back to the board. Okay. So things to remember. Okay. Very important things to remember. Okay. Now, if I have something like 10, okay, if 10 is greater than 20, what it is? True or false? Guys, true or
False,
false?
false.
Okay, false. Okay, now 20 greater than 10. True or false?
True, true.
Okay,
True.
remember this. If I have three conditions, three variables A, B, C. Example, A might be some 10, B might be some 20, C might be some 30. Just remember. Okay. Now what I'll say is 10, which is like A, greater than B, which is the 20. Is it 10 greater than 20?
No.
No. What I've given is, okay, C. Okay, A greater than B greater than C. Whenever you get such expression, the first expression and second expression comparison happens. If they satisfy true, then it will go and check with the second expression, that is 20 greater than 30. Okay, if that expression is also satisfied as true, then it will return the entire expression as true. Unlike here, 10 greater than 20 returned false. Okay, the expression, it doesn't even move to the next step. It will immediately return you the false on the screen. Why? Because if a statement single thing is also false, no need to execute the entire things because it is false only. If one condition, like if you have 100, A greater than B greater than C, then D less than C or something like that. If when I'm comparing these two things, okay, if it is true, then it will go to the next. If this is also true, then it will go to the next. If this one turns to be false, here only it will stop and it will return you false. Wherever the first false encounters, okay, then it will be shown it as false. Wherever the till last thing, it should be become true to display you true on the screen. Let us see that thing practically. Now, A is greater than B, that is true 100%. Okay. Now let us see. Okay. And B is greater than C. Okay. Now, in this particular condition, if we don't have only this much, if you have, okay, if we have A greater than B, if I have only this much, where it went, C cannot be capital right here. Okay. Okay. If you see this, okay, print. Okay. Print. Same thing. I am just dividing these two. Okay. B greater than C. Okay. So first I got true. Second expression is false. If among those both are true, then only it will become true to me. Okay. If anyone among them, if any like this, or even if I have something, now you tell me C, D is equal to 5 I will put. So C is greater than D I will put. Print C greater than D. Okay. So true. But what it gave you answer as A greater than B greater than C. As soon as when it identified first condition is true, then I'll go to the second condition check. B greater than C. Now what is the B? Okay, B is equal to 3. Okay, see 30. So 3 is greater than 30. No, it is false. I will show you it as false. That's it. I don't proceed to see other till here. C greater than B also I don't check it. Wherever I find the false, I will show it as false on the screen. If I say here something like uh, okay, like this, okay, and I have something like this. 10 is greater than 3. 10 is greater than 3. Yes, that is true. Okay. Uh, 3 is greater than 1. Yes, that is true. 1 is greater than 0. Yes, it is true. So everything will be true, and the ultimate result will also be true. See, it is true. Okay. Is this clear, guys? First thing
Yes, yes.
for you,
It is
Siddharth?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's clear.
Okay, so these kind of complex things, expressions, you will be getting like different ways. Like they say less than they give, okay, during some interview questions, like this they give, okay, and they say different ways they give, okay, and sometimes they give like this, okay, say some string they put and all, and they give you. So don't get confused, okay. These things will turn out to be what do you say, errors and all, okay. If you have an error you
Okay.
can opt it, but if you have something only numbers or 10.5, see if it is 10 is definitely greater than less than 10.5, right? So since the first condition it is false, the entire expression itself it is false, even though remain all two things are two expressions are true. It didn't consider them because one thing, if it gets failed, it is failed, because definitely even if it is 10.00001 also, if it is there, it consider it as fail, okay. But whereas if you have 10.0 and 10, see this condition, okay, this will also be like
Hmm.
false. Observe that, because 10.0 is float value, 10 is an integer value,
Correct.
okay. It can be
Hmm.
something like print a equal to b. I am giving not
But
a greater than b.
10.0 is equal to 10 only. No, if A
Yeah, yeah,
is
see,
10.0,
that's what I said, okay. What you are telling, it is greater than b, you are telling,
yeah. No, 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 no,
okay.
no. Not greater than B. Yes, and false.
Yes, now
Correct,
a is
correct.
equal to means b means that is a correct condition, correct,
Correct,
right?
correct, correct.
Okay,
Yeah,
so
yeah.
that is a false. It is not greater
Correct,
than, it is equal to,
correct,
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 right?
sir.
So for equal to, it
Yeah.
showed me the true, okay. So
True.
that's why, yeah, that is the thing, okay. Now if I say here greater than or equal to, I'll put here, just I'll change it to a greater than or equal to, okay. See the condition, what happens now. See the first condition, okay, this one equal to, okay. The first condition it is true, correct, right?
Correct.
Okay. The second condition, a greater than b is true, okay. Oh, here, okay, yeah, run it, okay. The first condition it is true, like 10.0 greater than b means true, okay. Then 10 is greater than 1, true, okay. 1 is greater than 0, true, okay. You can use greater than or equal to wherever it is required, okay, for making sure that value or greater than that value, okay. Or you can use, like if I have d, okay, this is c, okay. You can use c. Now this also will give you the same result, okay. D is greater than or equal to c. Example I'm trying, okay. Usually it will give you what, 0 is greater than or equal to 1, it will give you, okay. So it has to throw you false, it throwed you false. Okay, but if you have changing it to C as 0, okay, then see it will become true, because yes, B is greater than C, means like 10 is greater than 0. Okay, now D is 0. Okay, is D is 1, I'll keep it here. Okay, D is 1. Okay, 1 is greater than or equal to 0. Greater than means it can be 0 or beyond 1. Any value let it be. Even if you have 100 or 1000 or anything. No issues. Okay. D is what? 100 is greater than. Greater than means what? Yeah, greater than C. It should return us Y. A greater than or equal to B. Yes, it is true. Okay, then B greater than, okay, B greater than D. Okay, B greater than D instead of, okay. Okay, got it. Okay, this B greater than D means it will think it as this particular 1000, so it will return false. So what I'll make is B greater than or equal to A, then everything will be, but yeah, let me run this. Okay, so this has to be, oh sorry, less than or equal to, you can put A greater than or equal to B and C less than or equal to D. This it should give you true. Yes. Okay. So this much is enough, right, for us? All these things, you know, when that condition will become true and when that condition will become false. Okay. Now, the first thing which we have covered is arithmetic operators. Now, relationship operators we have started. Okay. In the relationship operators, what we have seen? We have seen greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. Okay. Now there will be a something called as one small example I'll take. Okay. Say for example here only, A is equal to 10, B is equal to true. Okay. Just consider this. Okay. A greater than B. What should be the answer? Guys, any idea? A greater than B. Huh?
Invalid syntax, or might be because B is true and A is an integer value. So
And
how it can judge A is greater than B? I think it will be an invalid syntax.
no. Always remember internally, even if it is a true, to which value it is referring?
It is referring to the
What is the value? True means what? Which number? True is which number? True means
true is I
1.
think one.
Okay. False is 0. See
Zero.
this? It
A
will give
is
you
greater
true.
than B.
Yeah, 10 is,
Correct.
yeah, 10 is
No,
greater
but
than
we are
1.
mentioning it as booleans. Okay, so it will take
Yes.
automatically as integer.
Yes, integer. Yes, yes. That's the beauty
Okay,
of
okay.
Python. That is the beauty of Python. Okay. Huh? And you can have no issues. Like even if it is like true, 1 is greater than true means like 1 is greater than 1
False.
means what?
False.
False. Perfect. That is
Correct,
what we
correct,
are
correct.
doing.
This is a very
Right?
nice thing. Yeah.
Yeah, that is the thing. Okay. Just remember that. Okay.
Correct.
Now, if you see, there is something called as equal to operator. Oh God. Okay. There is something called as equal to operator. Okay. And not equal to operator. These are also relationship only, but we should say them as equal to operators. Okay. Now, A is equal to 10, B is equal to 10, C is equal to 20. Okay. So just A is equal to 10 what it returns? A is equal to B. What it returns? A is equal to B. What it returns? True or false?
True.
Okay. Now B is equal to C. What it returns?
A should be
False.
equal to, it should be, no,
False.
False. Perfect. So it returned false. Okay. So even if that is also 10, then it will return
Then
true.
it's a true condition.
Okay. And if I have 20 itself, okay, and here I'll give not equal to. So now what it will return? Tell me.
It's true because not exclamation mark is equal to not means
Yes,
it's not equal to.
not equal to. So 10 is not equal to 20. Yeah, true. So
True,
this one is
true,
also true. This one is also true. That much is enough for you to learn about this equal to and not equal to operators. Okay, that's it. Okay, now logical operators. Let's go back to the logical operators. Okay, what are the logical operators? And okay, or okay, not. Okay, these are called as logical operator. Okay, now things to remember in logical operators. Okay, first, even logical operators will also return you the Boolean value only. Remember that. Okay, so now what is logical? Logical table we will take first. Yes, somewhere here. Okay, let me take it. Arithmetic we have finished. Okay, these things we have finished, and we have finished double equal to also, not equal to also. Next we have logical operators. Remember the names, guys. Arithmetic, relational, logical operators. Okay, now we are doing through the logical operators. First logical operator, and, or, not. Okay, now A is there. Okay, B is there. Okay, now AND is there. Or is there, not is there. Okay, if I will take two things. Okay, true, 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 false, 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 true. This is the things. Remember. Okay, now we have to put the, okay, just don't think about this thing. Okay, now if both are true, okay, and if it is an AND, okay, if when it comes to the AND, if both A argument and B argument are true, then only this AND result will be true. Okay, remember that. Okay, so where and all both are true, then it will be and will be true. Okay, if any one among them is false, it will be false and will be false. We will see with an example. Okay, or if at least any one among these true are true, then it will be true. True. Both are false means it will be false. Any one it is true, then it will be true. Okay, A, B. Like this you consider. Okay. Not, if you give true as A value if you give as true, then it will become A is true here, it will become false. B is true here, it will become false. A is true here, it will become false. B is true here, it will become true. A is false here, it will become true. B is true here, it will be B is false here, it will become true. Okay, A is false here, it will become true. Okay, this much only, right? Okay, here I have to give, okay, somewhat a bottom I'm coming, these things here. Okay, B is false here, true, false. Okay, so these things are mapped here, these two things are mapped here, these two things I have mapped here, these two things I have mapped here, these two things I have mapped here. Okay, this is called as, okay, this is called as not. If I give A, okay, um, then not means like inverse of it, like 10, if I give true, then it will become false. Okay, now let us see how these logical operators, this truth table, you just remember that, just for your, you might have like during your school days, you might have come across this truth table. Okay, so now we are just recapping that thing. Okay, now if some number is there, what is that it says? What did I said during that time? When you convert something to Boolean, what it gives? If some number is there, if I convert it into Boolean, what it will give?
True.
Perfect. Okay.
True.
Internally, when you use logical operator, what it will do is it will take the first value and convert it into Boolean automatically and get some value as true. Okay, and you are doing, okay, with some 20 you say, okay, what it will return? This one, this 20 I give, what it will return? True or false?
True.
True.
True. Okay, true into true, true and true. Now truth table you have to see, and both are true. What we'll get?
True.
Yes.
True.
Okay, we got, instead of true, okay, what we will get? We will get the last true value. Last true value is what? 20, right? Correct, right? First, whether this condition is true or not, it will check. Then it will check this condition is true or not. If it is like returning true, okay, then last true value is this one. So that value it will give you back onto the screen. That is called as, okay, logical operator. The value will be getting it as, okay, when you give value, it will be getting it as values. But if you use true and true, it will be giving you back, oh, sorry. True and true. Okay. If you give like this, it will give you the truth function. But if you give it as values, whichever the last true value, this condition is true, this condition is true. The last condition is what? This one. Okay, last condition is this one. So I will give you this. Okay. Now let us try with some other things. This is 10 is okay, no problem. Okay. Now I will give 0. Okay. Now what it should return? What it should return? Guys, what it should return?
False and true is false.
Okay, this one you know that. Here,
Either 0 and 20. True.
no, this one it will convert it into what? You tell me, 0.
0 it will convert into false.
Then I told you
False.
already one thing. False and
True.
what?
True.
True. What you will get it?
False.
Definitely both for AND operator to get into true, both should be true only. Here it is not.
Correct.
One is failed. So as soon as something is failed, it doesn't even go and check what it is there.
Correct.
Immediately it will give the first value. That's what I tell, right? Told when I was explaining greater than and all, How it works? First thing it will check true or not. Then it will go to the
Hmm.
next step. If somewhere it is between itself, it is gets false. That value only displayed. The first failed only displayed. Remember? Okay? Okay?
Okay.
Correct, sir.
Zero means false. Non-zero means true.
True.
Okay? When I am evaluating some logical expressions, if I get the fail, wherever I get the fail, that value I will be showing. Example. Now this is okay 10 and 20, okay, and okay, now you tell me which value I'll get it as here. You tell me that thing. First value is true or not?
True.
True.
Okay, true, and this one is true or not?
True.
True.
True and
So
true,
true
what I'll
and
get?
true will be true. Correct.
Okay,
True and
now,
zero will be false. So true and
now
false will
20,
be false.
no, true and zero means what?
False.
False.
True and false means
False,
false.
false. So where I have got the false? Here I have
Here,
got the
here.
false,
So
right?
false. It would be false.
Yes, false only. What value I'll get?
Zero.
20 or 0?
Zero.
0. Yes, correct. Okay, now I'll show one more thing. Okay, if I take this, okay, empty string, okay, and okay, some string, hello, okay, or I'll put or. Or means what in the table? Any one thing if it is true, okay, any one thing, the left side one or right side one, any one thing if it is true, make it as true. Okay, the only condition when R fails is when both are false. Okay, now let us get back. I have empty string, okay, and I have true. Whether what it will give me the result? Tell me. First condition is true or false? You tell me that first. Guys, empty string is returns true or false?
Empty
False.
string
False.
will
That's
always
zero.
false.
Correct, right? This one
Correct.
will provide us true or false. Something is there.
True. True.
Correct, right? True. Okay. For us to satisfy anything to become true, either any one among them is true, that is enough for us. Okay. Now here I have hello. Okay. One thing is true. So I'll get hello as output. If both are false, okay, see here, both are false, empty string. So empty string will be as result, because instead of this, for you to know which value it is taking, first it will check here whether it's true or false, then it will go and check it here. Then there also if it nothing is there, so oh, here the last value also I checked. Now what I'll get the result? You tell me whether I'll get empty string or 0 here as output. Logic you apply.
Zero. Zero.
Perfect. Because first it will check here, or you are
Yes.
telling, so
Zero.
it will go here. Okay. So or means it will check, oh, next step also I have an option. Even first step it is gets failed. Or means any one of these two are false. Okay. Any one of these two are true, then I can. So second value I'll go. There also if it is false, then I will return the last failed value. Last failed value is this. Okay, so see this. The last failed value I got. And means if you take the same thing and first condition only fail. So boss, I have just found if anything I have, if both should be true, then only I will be providing you true. Okay, if any one thing it is fail, I will show failed. So here it is failed already. So automatically it will tell me that I will show you the empty string. I don't even move to the next step. But here in R it is not like that. I have option to go to the next step. I have to go. That is, here it is failed. Maybe here it won't be failed. So I will move to this one and then I will check this as
Okay.
0. Okay?
Correct.
Yeah, that is the thing. Now, guys, we have these are all called as what do you say, logical operators. How we have to use?
Operators.
We have to use like this. You can have like another, say, both are these things, right? So another R I'll keep, and then I will give some value as 10. Okay, then I'll run it, then immediately it will become true, this one. And R means anything can be possible, right? Then it will become 10. True only it will be written. And one more thing, okay, you can use expressions like this. Okay, now, and now what will happen now? You tell me, guys. You have to tell me the result. I will wait for you.
Um, uh, True. When and both of must be true. When and
So now what will be the
the
result?
next is and. Next
No,
is and. That's
no. Here what is the result?
10.
10. Give me a second, guys. తేజ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా తేజ క్లాస్లో ఉన్నా మళ్ళీ చేస్తా ఓకే షూర్ okay, so this is what it is fail, correct, right? Okay, or this is something 0, so both are fail. So we have till here this value I'll be able to
False.
display. Okay, so false, this is also false. Okay, if nothing is there, then I'll display this one. Okay, now I have something, so false, and okay, which value I have to
True.
display? Which value I have to display? I'll be thinking here. Okay, so false, and here what I have? True,
True.
and I'm using the first condition itself false, correct, right? The first condition
False.
only. So this one is false. So I don't even go till here. Here only when under, here 0 is come and okay, now I have come to know this is fail. I don't even go and change this to boolean. You are telling and the first value itself it is 0. This is A, this A is false and B is true. False and true. The first one itself false. So I will give you this value as output 0. First this will check. Okay. Then what did I get? Okay, if I have this, okay, if I have this, I will get 0 as response, correct, right? Okay. Now what I have done is, now the remaining part it will start working on. Okay, now I will proceed to this. Okay, then 0 and 10 it has to check. Now it will continue to the next step. 0 is there and 10 is there, correct, right? So 0 is there and 10 is there. Wherever I get the first failed condition, I will display that. See, that's it. Same thing it is happening here. That's it. Till here everything is okay, no problem. Okay, now I'll proceed from, I have done till here. Now next thing is from here to here. Okay, now this is 0 and this is 10. Okay, 0 is there and the operator is there. First one itself failed. I will display that. False, the statement it has failed, right? False statement, right? So it will return. That's it, 0. Hatira, any confusion here?
I understand. Sure.
Okay, see, simple. 10 is there.
Yes.
Okay, huh? Or
Yes.
0. What it will return, tell me?
True and false. Zero.
Hey, see it carefully. True
True
or
or false?
Uh,
So one side it will
no,
be
no.
true.
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 correct,
10.
right? 10 it will return.
10.
Okay. If both are
10.
zero, what it will return?
Zero.
0.
Which zero it will return? Whether this zero or this zero. R means it will go and check the next value also.
And if it would had been 0 or 10, then
0 or 10 if you take it. Okay. Now,
mm-hmm.
any one it is true, then it will put
Mm-hmm.
that value. Correct, right?
Okay. Okay.
Last
Well, true
value it will.
dominates. True will dominate over false.
True will dominate whichever the last value it is
Uh-huh.
there, it will be coming. Now, if I have this empty string, whether this is
Mm-hmm.
false or not, this is false or not,
False.
this false, right? Now,
It will
0
be
is
false.
there, this is false, and this is also false. Okay, which false it will put means the last false, because first one is
Last.
anyhow it is false.
Yes.
The second one is also false. I'll put the last one. See, last one it will put. Now what happens is,
So, sir, in one sense, in the AND operator, it takes the first value, and in the OR, it will take the last value, correct?
perfect. If it is a false,
Yeah.
got it right. That is what
Mm.
I'm explaining. The
Mm.
AND operator, okay,
Mm.
if both arguments are true, okay,
Mm.
then the result is true.
Yes.
If at least one argument is true, then it is true. Or, okay, complement is just like complementing. Okay, if x and y are there, x and y are there. Okay, remember this. Carefully listen. Okay, if x is evaluated to false, okay, it returns x. Okay, see this? It returns x. Okay, it returns x. Otherwise, okay, if it is also true, if it is not false, if x is not false, okay, then it will return some 10 is also true, right? Okay, if x is not false, in the uncondition only I am talking. If x is not false, then it will return y. Anything, whatever it is there, it will return. Okay, if x is false, then only it will return that value. Every time, if anything is there, okay, see,
Correct.
it is
Correct.
0. It is 0 I am giving. So, it will give 0. If x is false, okay, if x is false, then only it will return false. That's why I'm telling, if x is false, 0 and empty string. If x is false, okay, during AND operator, it will give you the x. Okay, if x is true, some value. Oh, okay. If x is true, okay, or some value, I'll say it as 200. Okay, if x is true and the y is true or false, whichever it is, y is true or false, whichever it is, y is true or false, that value will get printed. Whether y is true or false, I don't least bothered. Okay, that value will get printed. When you will get the x, only when it is fail in AND. Okay. Hatira, it is clear now? Is it clear now?
Yes.
Hatira. No? Okay. So this is about the logical operators with respect to the AND. Same thing you apply to,
Uh-huh.
yeah,
Are you hear me?
yeah. You are
Okay.
clear, right? Yeah.
Yes, yes.
So the same logic you apply to OR operator as well. Okay, OR operator also. Okay, when it is going to evaluate as true. If okay, this is R. If X evaluates to true, then result is X. Otherwise, result is Y. Okay. If X is evaluated to true, then only the result will be X. If it is 0, okay. If anything is there, anything, if it is X is fail, then it will provide you 1000.
True.
Okay. True only, but the value is Y only will be provided. Until unless if you have, say for example, 10 I have, both are true only. If X for R, if X is true, then it will provide X value as X only. This one only it will give you. So two things to remember. For and I will write here. If X is, this is for AND operator and logical operator. Okay. If X is evaluated, means it converted to Boolean. That time if X is evaluated to true, okay, then the value, then the X value is displayed on the screen. If X value is not true, then else Y value is displayed. That's it. If X value is here is true, that's why it is showing. Apart from that, anything is there, let it be, it can be anything, okay, fail or false or what do you say, fail or false or what do you say, empty string or 0 or something, okay, this one, okay. If any one of these, okay, that is what else part. If Y value, if X value is true, then only the first value comes for AND condition. Okay, here I'll put AND, and okay. What is this AND? It is coming like this. Oh, I did it like this. Okay, here I have put, okay. Okay, I think I've made a mistake here. Copy it and put it over here. Okay, now if X is evaluated to, this is our condition, then the X value is displayed. Okay, now then this is our condition. Okay, so looking at this I have written, okay, so you take this, if AND condition, what we can write, I'll write it here. Okay, for AND condition what it happens, and okay, if X is evaluated to false, remember this, if X is, the first value is evaluated to false, then it will display X value onto the screen. Okay, just to see this. Print print. I don't know whether how good it is. This statement we can write it directly in print or not. I think we can write it. Yeah. Okay. This one hasn't took very seriously. Okay, because this value might have not come because single quotes is there and is there. So that is the reason. Maybe double quote. Yeah, let me try. No, still it is. Okay. So it is already empty string. The first condition itself, yeah, failed. So that's why it is coming as an empty line. Okay. So what did I said, guys? Okay. Uh, okay. Let me run this. Yeah, perfect. This is called as commenting in Python, where you can use triple quote. Okay. So it is nothing but how you
Command.
yeah, comments. Yeah, commenting. Okay. So the first is if
Empty.
x is evaluated to false,
Mhm.
here x is evaluated to false, everything. Okay. So then the x value is displayed onto the screen. Okay. So see, x value is displayed. Now, remaining three lines. The first one, empty string. Okay. This one, empty string. The first line is empty string. Here it is not displayed, but it is empty string here. Second is false. Yes, it is. Print is 0. Okay. I'll take this and I'll make it in other this thing. Okay. Here. Okay. Else I'll put here. Okay. Then I have 0 here, 10 here, 20, some 30, some value or some hello. Okay. And here I have 0 and I have empty string, and at the end I have false. Okay. Now see this. I will get total 6 slides. If you see here one gap and here one gap is there, don't worry about that because they are all displaying this empty string here and this empty string on first line. Okay. So what did I said? If the x first value is false, then only it will display the first value. Here not the first value, so it will display this one. Yeah, it is displayed 0. Okay, and coming here, the first value is true, so it will check here. So whatever it is there, it will display. Here the first value is true. Whatever it is there here, it will display. For and it is this. So same way or. Okay, if it is evaluated to true, then it will display that value like 10. If I have okay, okay, okay. If it is having something like this, okay, okay. If the first value is true, okay, then it will display that only. It doesn't display anything. If the first value is false, automatically anything is there, whatever it is there, that will be displayed in for it. Okay, so you have to evaluate. If you have three things here, okay, and something is there, okay, and hello, okay, so first it will evaluate this one. I am least bothered what is happened over here till here. I might have got failed only till this expression. Means like I might be having empty string. Okay, I'm least bothered about whatever it is there. Then I will be comparing from here to here. Okay, means first here I won't show it as partial result. Entire result whatever I've got, that I will check. So first I will be checking 0 into 0, I got false. Means which one I will be displaying? This false I will be displaying. Correct, right? This false. this false and this is true. False and true. What? Both should be false, then only I'll get true. Here what I have? False I have. So false and hello, that is true. I will get which one? This one I'll get. See this? See that one I've got. Empty strings. Empty string I've got. Okay. But in case if I have something, okay, hello. If okay, the first one where for an and, if it is not a false, okay, then always y value will be displayed. Always y value will be displayed. Y value will be displayed. So when I run that, see, okay, hello will be displayed. Okay, let me show. Okay, that hello will be displayed. Got it right? This one is clear,
Yes,
right? Okay.
yes, clear.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. Many of us, many of them, they doesn't teach this logic. Okay, in this perspective, they just say like some boolean table they show and they don't compare it. Okay, so that is the reason many of us, when during the test in any interviews, right? So online practice test or any test they give, right? When you attend job interview, you won't, you will be fail to, they will give 30% of these type of operators related questions. Okay, like chain of operators they give, and they will ask you to evaluate and provide you what is the value you will get in the output. So when you see these things, you will get confused and you will be getting like, oh, what it might be the value, like that. So these are very important questions for interviews, right? So I request you guys to do more practice on them. Okay, so let's come back to what do you say, not operator, nothing. If you have, say for example, not 10, okay, it will return you some boolean value, just not 10. 10 means what? You tell me that first, whether it is true or false. 10 means true or false?
True.
True, correct. So not true means what is the output? False, correct, right? That's it. It returned you false. Got it right? Huh? Not true means it returned you false. Something. Okay. Okay. Now not some empty string I give. What is this means? It is true or false?
False.
False. False will become true. See? True. Okay. 0 is there. 0 is true or false?
False. But here come true.
Yes. True. Okay. 100 is there.
False.
Yes. Now see this 10 plus 5j. Is it true or false?
False.
It will become false. Something is there. Correct, right? Something. Anything. It can be a number, or it can be a string, or it can be boolean, or it can be anything. Even it can be something. Some list also it can be something. So it will become, whichever it is true, something is there. It turned to be not something is false. Okay, just remember that. Okay, so this is about the what do you say, logical operators. This much is enough for you guys. Now bitwise operators will go. Just remember, I would like to say, we can apply, there is something called as bitwise operators. Now what and all we have covered? First thing what we have covered, first operators what we have covered, guys? Arithmetic.
And
Arithmetic.
Arithmetic.
Then second, relational operators. Third,
And logical.
Okay. Now like logical operators, and the next we have is fourth, bitwise operator. Okay, bitwise operator. just see this. Now you have to tell me why we are getting these values and all. Okay. Now, A is equal to 10. Okay. B is equal to 20. Huh?
Mhm.
And guys, these bitwise operators are applicable only for integer, only integer, not even float.
Sir,
Okay,
can
why
we
I'll tell.
resume this bitwise for tomorrow?
Okay, sure.
Because
So,
a lot of information is coming, so it will create a lot of confusion for us.
okay, I got it. Okay, but you do practice today itself. Huh?
So, sir, please share me this day recording and the last recording which we were talking about, sir.
I have shared that, right? Two, both of I have shared. One I have shared the YouTube link. Another I have
On the
shared it as
Telegram?
Telegram. I have shared. You open it.
Okay, okay. I'll check. Actually, I was in the class only. No?
Okay, just check.
Okay.
Hatira, you received that last week mail, right? Whatever the
Yes,
class
yes, I
you.
received. Thank you, thank you. I received
Yeah.
all of
No,
it. Yes.
yeah. Some of them are not receiving. That's the reason. Okay, fine. Okay. I will upload it and I share. Okay. Let me stop
Great, sir.
the, yeah, stop the video recording. I mean, like this thing recording.